fish. It's natural talent.
Even the great one has its limits.
Catch Richie on Catching Hell tonight at 9, only on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 86 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, partly cloudy, chance of a thunderstorm. High 87, chance of rain 30%. Tonight, partly cloudy, chance of a thunderstorm. Low 77, chance of rain 30%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Are back, and Monday, the Weather Channel is the only place to find them. Coast Guard, Cape Disappointment. Monday nights at 9 on the Weather Channel.
What do astronauts eat?
Have lunch with one and find out. Only at Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. Meet real astronauts, see Space Shuttle Atlantis, and experience firsthand the future of America's space exploration.
No matter where you want to be or what you want to do, chances are we're already there. 12 brands, more hotels than anyone else in the world. Like Super 8, where every destination is super. Save up to 15% and earn bonus points when you book at WyndhamRewards.com.
Really? So our business can be on AT&T's network for $175 a month?
Yep, all 5 of you for $175.
Our clients need a lot of attention.
There's unlimited talk and text.
We're working deals all day.
You get 10 gigabytes of data to share.
What about expansion potential?
Add a line anytime for $15 a month.
Low dues, great terms.
Let's close.
Introducing AT&T Mobile Share Value Plans with our best ever pricing for business.
What does a 37 million horsepower launch feel like?
Experience it for yourself. Only at Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. Meet real astronauts, see Space Shuttle Atlantis, and experience firsthand the future of America's space exploration.
Welcome back. Henry's question was, which of the following types of clouds is known to produce thunderstorms? Henry?
Cumulonimbus.
Boom! Cumulonimbus. Absolutely correct. You get this fantastic LL Bean backpack.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes.
Awesome.
You
this
got
is fantastic.
it. It's awesome out there. We'll see you next time on the Forecast Challenge.
No, he was excited about that one, wasn't he?
Well, that was a great get. Yeah, nice backpack. All right, so Forecast Challenge, a success. We've got some other challenges, though, to track, and especially for fire crews in the West, especially in Washington State, we've got a massive fire out there, now growing rapidly and in new directions towards towns northeast of Seattle. 5,000 firefighters are battling it from the ground and air. Fueled by hot temperatures and 30-mile-per-hour wind gusts, the lightning-caused blaze has scorched nearly 340 square miles, and it's destroyed more than 100 homes.
You really kind of have to just stand in awe. Not much you can do, but just prepare. You see the heartbreak when you come across those houses that are burnt to cinders, and all you see is the metal frames left from cars.
At least 500 homes have evacuation notices. National Guard troops are also on standby, and 2 military air tankers are being flown in to help. And another side effect of these fires is the smoke and how it's affecting your air quality and your sky. Now, first, the air quality issues. I will tell you, in Idaho, in Montana, it has been very difficult lately with the air quality, tough to breathe, especially anyone with respiratory illness. That we'll see some improvement in the coming days, but the smoke itself is getting taken so far. So the jet stream level winds, as well as winds at some lower altitudes, is actually driving that smoke across the country and into the Central Plains. So smoke from these fires in the West, and we've got more than 29 large fires that are burning out of control, mainly in the West. But that smoke is getting pulled down into the Central Plains, all the way to the eastern seaboard. That is 2,500 miles from Oregon to Maine. That smoke is actually creating a hazy or milky look to your sky. You noticed that yesterday your sky could have been a whole lot more blue, but it had a haze to it. And you noticed that last night with your sunset, the bright reds and oranges, and also this morning with your sunrise. And one thing smoke smoke does to a sunrise or sunset is it helps create the colors, but it actually mutes the colors a little bit, so they're not as bright as they could be. Sunrise pictures, speaking of, today is the day. Sunday sunrise pictures at weather.com. You can send them to us and make sure you tell us your name and where you took the picture. Here we will show them throughout the rest of the show. Alex.
All right, well, good morning to our nation's capital, where we are finding ourselves underneath some gray skies, but you can see a little glint of the sun shining a little bit there on the Capitol building. Not a bad day to maybe head out to the National Mall out there. We should see temperatures getting up into the mid-80s for our day. Now, it may not be so bright for you a little bit farther on off towards the west, where we've got the risk for the showers continuing here through the interior parts of the Northeast, trailing back into the south. That's going to be an unsettled area over the next several days. Storms, some strong to severe. That's the upper Midwest, northern Minnesota. Out ahead of that, some hot times ahead. In fact, by tomorrow, brutal stuff. 94 in Minneapolis. We're talking about 94 plus. Humidity levels way up there. It's going to make it feel like it's in the 105. Maybe you can even get up to close to 110 in some areas here in the northern plains and upper Midwest. Plus, we've got more strong storms to deal with for tomorrow. The Southwest starting to heat back up there. Toasty times in Phoenix getting up to 112 degrees on Tuesday. We're certainly no stranger to triple digits there, but even there, when we start to see the 1-teens, that is pretty hot. Northwest sees the next system coming in with some showers, while the eastern third of the country, more wet weather there from the Ohio Valley south. That continues into your Thursday and Friday for you. Looks like we'll clean out things here in the Northeast, but pretty much southern mid-Atlantic to the Gulf Coast, more rainy conditions. And then on Sunday, or Saturday, I should say, from the Great Lakes to the Gulf Coast, more showers and storms. Heat building in Dallas. Jen?
As Typhoon Ramasoon loses steam in the Pacific, where it's still packing a punch ahead in your tropical update. And it's time to geek out. We're counting down to the Weather Channel's newest show, Weather Geeks. And you know, today is National Ice Cream Day, so if you think your family eats a lot of ice cream, they might, but not as much as people in one other country. Is it Canada, New Zealand, or Thailand? We'll tell you after your local on the 8th.
Andrew, Rita, Sandy. Meet Chris, Jackie, Joe. Minor damage or major disaster. When you need us most, we're there. State Farm. We're a force of nature, too.
Best Western, stay 3 separate times and get a free night. And use it here. Or here. Or even here. And when you stay, enjoy breakfast and free high-speed internet. Book now at bestwestern.com.
It's the candy bar that's too hot for TV in all its naked glory. Stripped of chocolate with nothing but salty roasted peanuts on soft, sweet caramel. A payday bar will get you through your day. Expose yourself to payday.
Introducing Thompson's Water Seal Waterproofing Stain. The seal just got better. With stain and sealer in one and easy-to-choose colors, exceptional beauty and protection have never been easier. New Thompson's Water Seal Waterproofing Stain. Available at the Home Depot.
Our pets bring out the best in us. That's why at Petco, we offer options like Purina Pro Plan, nutrition that performs. With outstanding nutrition dogs love, it helps bring out the best in our greatest companions. Petco.
19 years ago, we thought, wow, how is there no way to tell the good from the bad? So we gave people the power of the review. And now Angie's List is revolutionizing local service again. You can easily buy and schedule services from top-rated providers. Conveniently stay up to date on progress and effortlessly turn your photos into finished projects with our SnapFix app. Visit angieslist.com today.
The great white's the second baddest thing in the ocean. You know what number one is? I am. I'm a legend here, baby.
He calls himself the Great One.
I get those fish.
Hey, girl. Hey, can you help me move?
Sure, but I can't use my hands.
I would, but my back is so bad. Oh.
Well...
Hi, I'm moving.
No problem. The Xfinity Movers Edge program makes it easy to stay connected to your TV, internet, and home phone when you move.
Thank you.
Finally get some help moving. Get your Xfinity services professionally installed on the date you choose. Or ask how you can take your equipment with you. Call 1-855-MOVE-EDGE or go online today.
No matter how much I loved my mother or
my sisters or my wife, none of that mattered because they always came second to heroin. Everything did.
I didn't know at the time the power that the drugs had over him, and I was so afraid of losing him, and I knew enough about B-Hop, and I knew what they could do. To me, it's amazing. It's almost like I wish somebody would pinch me and make sure that, you know, I'm not dreaming.
If someone you know is struggling with drug or alcohol addiction, please call or visit us at interventionnow.com.
You'll love it. Call 1-800-996-0446. Exos Pro is not sold in stores, so call 1-800-996-0446 today.
The Coasties are back, and Monday, the Weather Channel is the only place to find them. Coast Guard, Cape Disappointment. Monday nights at 9 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 86 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, partly cloudy, chance of a thunderstorm. High 87, chance of rain 30%. Tonight, partly cloudy, chance of a thunderstorm. Low 77, chance of rain 30%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
So, did you come up with your answer? What country consumes more ice cream per capita than the U.S.? Well, Americans eat about 5 gallons of ice cream a year per capita. But that's not as much as they eat in New Zealand. The Kiwis have us beat by just a few scoops. They eat nearly 7 gallons a year. That's a lot of ice cream.
That's surprising. I would have bet that America would have been #1.
I would think. We normally do everything in bulk.
All right, well, let's head back and check in on Typhoon Ramasoon, winding down now, but we have a new strengthening typhoon in the Western Pacific.
Dr. Postel's at the expert desk with the tropical update. And Greg, this Western Pacific basin has just been so active.
Yeah, it really has been over and over again. I mean, we've seen a couple of typhoons, big ones in the last couple of weeks, and we've got another one, really, Typhoon Matmo. This is kind of an organizing typhoon. This one will likely bypass the Philippines. Let me show you on the satellite pictures where we're talking. There are the Philippines right here, and that's Matmo. Looks more and more impressive, like with each passing hour on the satellite pictures, guys. I think this is on its way to strengthening, hopefully not quickly, but we've seen it happen before recently in this part of the world. The atmosphere is just so very supportive of development, and we'll just have to watch it very closely. It's a 75-mile-per-hour typhoon moving toward the northwest at 14. And I say this a lot. We don't have any aircraft flying in there in this part of the world, so we just have to estimate how strong it is based on satellite pictures. And it's looking more and more, I guess, like a strengthening typhoon with every picture I see. And this is, guys, where it's going. It's going toward the northwest. Thankfully for the Philippines, probably not going to impact them directly. But unfortunately for locations, people in Taiwan and locations to the northwest of there in mainland China, it is going to be moving their way and strengthening. Look, the Joint Typhoon Warning Center, the agency that has jurisdiction over tropical cyclones in this part of the world, brings us to a Cat 3, 120-mile-per-hour typhoon. So very strong, formidable system with a lot of heavy rain as well, no doubt about that. Elsewhere in the tropics, the tropical Atlantics are quiet. I mean, if I could play the cricket noise right now, I would do that because I think that accurately depicts how little is going on. We just have a few showers and thunderstorms here, but that's even hard to come by. The biggest storms of all are in the northern Gulf of Mexico along the old front. Jen and Alex, do you remember the polar air invasion? Yes, you do.
Yes,
I know you do.
Of course.
It's that same front that's just been hanging out and is bringing some thunderstorms to the Gulf. Probably not so good beach weather, but unlikely to develop into a tropical system.
It's not good for the, they got the deep sea fishing tournament there in Alabama.
Yeah,
not good for that either.
There.
Yeah. All right, so also we've got tropical moisture that we're dealing with in Hawaii, causing some major flooding. So let's look at what's going on here right now. Hawaii got the remnants of what was a tropical storm Wally, and look at these rainfalls. 10.32 inches of rain in Kahana Stream. I can't pronounce any of the other ones. I didn't practice them, but we've got more than 6 inches of rain.
Incredible. And the thing is, this is not, 5-day totals. This is just within the last half a day or so.
Yeah. Flash flood warnings in effect now for Molokai and Oahu, or at least the eastern 2/3 of Oahu, Pearl City included in this. You can see the heavy rain now, especially on the eastern side. The windward side of all the islands gets more rain and can handle more rain, but when you get that heavy rain on the leeward side, that's when you really run into flash flooding problems.
And you know what, we're going to actually get a chance to talk to some folks there in Hawaii to talk about all this flooding that is ongoing there. So we'll be talking to them a little bit later this afternoon.
They had to close the Kamiaha Highway because of water over the roadway and cars that were stalled in the area.
All right, well, here are some of the other big weather stories that we are keeping an eye on for you today.
And we're going to have more storms in the southeast. Greg Postel was just showing that front there across the south. We'll track that, the rain in the Ohio Valley, and the temperatures going up in the plains.
Where are the storms in the south? Well, pretty much where you saw that opportunity yesterday, you get it again today.
All right, Ohio Valley showers hit or miss up into the northeast, parts of the northeast anyway, and then the heat.
Oh, you know I don't like the heat, Jen.
I know.
And it is going to get
Well, don't
brutal.
go here.
I will stay far away. North Platte, 100 degrees, and that's not factoring in the humidity.
Yeah, that's going to be a story. So we've actually got that coming up next. And right now, we've got time for our favorite portion of the show, your Sunday Sunrise.
That's right. Let's check out a few of them here. Here's one. Oh, this is nice.
Yeah.
Ooh, Lefty Harris from Longmont, Colorado.
All right, Lefty, he says that it's a perfect commemoration of the 45th anniversary of the moonwalk. It's a nice sunrise. I'll take it.
Yes, indeed. And, well, our very own Keith Carson, he's going to love this one. This one coming in from Dominis from Block Island. Dominic, that makes sense. From Block Island, Rhode Island there. And that is a pretty one as well.
Oh, look at that sky over Belmont, North Carolina. Lindsay, thank you.
There's a place where the sky is always blue. And the kids always eat their vegetables because the salad there is always served with the original Hidden Valley Ranch. It's the way ranch is supposed to taste.
Let's try on a new coat, one that covers better, lasts longer, and protects us from the elements, inside and out. Let's go to the place with the best paint. Take it home for less. Then rock and roll. Let's do the one thing that changes everything. Let's do this. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot.
Bare Ultra Interior with advanced stain blocking starts at $31.98 a gallon.
I need a password for our new investment account.
We haven't used the dog's name lately.
But it needs 10 characters and a symbol.
Okay, add Katie's birthday and a $sign.
Ah.
Did you put the $sign before or after Katie's birthday?
I have to start over.
Meet Dashlane, the solution to your password problems. Securely manage your passwords, automatically log into any website, and generate strong passwords. Go to dashlane.com and get it for free today.
Lily, she pretty much lives in her favorite princess dress. But once a week, I let her play sheriff so I can wash it. I use Tide to get out those week old stains and Downy to get it fresh and soft.
You are free to go.
Tide and Downy together.
Oh no. Can you fix it, Dad?
Yeah, I can fix that. I wanted a car that could handle anything.
I fixed it!
That's why I got a Subaru Legacy.
Symmetrical all-wheel drive plus 36 mpg.
I gotta break more toys.
Introducing the all-new Subaru Legacy. It's not just a sedan, it's a Subaru.
Zantac heartburn alert! Stop! Nexium can take 24 hours to work. Zantac's different. Zantac rushes relief in as little as 30 minutes. For relief without the wait, try Zantac. No pill relieves heartburn faster.
Sweeten any moment with soft, fruity, chewy Fruit Vines Bites. From the Red Vines family, introducing Fruit Vines Bites. Live on the sweet side with Fruit Vines.
You know our brands, but you may not know we're a family. 12 brands, more hotels than anyone else in the world. Like Days Inn, where you can do everything under the sun. Save up to 15% and earn bonus points when you book at WyndhamRewards.com.
The great white's the second baddest thing in the ocean. You know what number one is? I am. I'm a legend here, baby.
He calls himself the Great One.
I get those fish. It's natural talent.
Even the great one has its limits.
Catch Richie on Catching Hell tonight at 9, only on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 86 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, partly cloudy, chance of a thunderstorm. High 87, chance of rain 30%. Tonight, partly cloudy, chance of a thunderstorm. Low 77, chance of rain 30%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
And Monday, the Weather Channel is the only place to find them. Coast Guard, Cape Disappointment. Monday nights at 9 on the Weather Channel.
It's Sunday, July 20th.
And time now for Weather Center Live.
And if you're getting ready for church in the southeast, don't forget an umbrella. You're getting soaked from Louisiana to Virginia.
And the Ohio Valley, well, we're not faring all that much better. Sorry to say, we're looking at the potential for more in the way of rain from parts of Ohio, West Virginia to Pennsylvania today. We'll have more on that in a moment.
Plus, we are super excited about our new show, Weather Geeks. We're counting down, and you'll see some of the most respected names in the business debate the weather topics of our day. But right now, let's get back to your weather.
Indeed, I'm Alex Wallace.
And I'm Jen Carfagno. It's been a busy morning so far out there. The Hawaii rainfall, probably the biggest weather story we got, but all these little stories, though. The cool southeast, the hot Midwest. There's a lot going on.
A lot going on. Yeah. Well, you know what? We've got at that time of the year where it's vacation time. You just came off one. I came off one as well. And a lot of folks are going to be heading out over the next several days. A spot where people like to head.
Panama City Beach?
Yeah, exactly. And this is an area we've been watching all morning long. Some grayer skies out there, and we've seen some showers and storms move on through. Yeah, look at that, Jen. It is not looking so bright now.
No, I just saw a picture, actually, someone snapped on Twitter of a huge shelf cloud moving through here. So no doubt you got some gusty winds before this rain came in. And we have the storms in the southeast again, and they're going to stick around for a couple of days. Broken record, it feels like. Today's going to be a little different for some of you than yesterday. Now, yesterday was just a rainy day in the southeast. Here it was cloudy, it was drizzly, it was rainy. Today we're actually going to get a few pockets of sun, but that's actually going to drive up the instability and help some more thunderstorms pop across the area. So more than just plain old rain today in the southeast, including Atlanta, including up towards Greenville and Spartanburg. Now right now the biggest story is what's going on here right across the Florida Panhandle. Those are some of our nastiest storms that we've been tracking for you, but there's going to be more. That'll keep on moving through. We'll get storms to develop in Florida today. There'll be showers and some thunderstorms popping up into Georgia and South Carolina, even North Carolina today as well. So here's a look at the forecast of rainfall. You've picked up pretty good rain already, more than 2 inches yesterday in the Atlanta metro. We could get another 2 to 3 inches here, especially around the Augusta area, and then widespread 1 to 2 inches possible. Just a lot of rain potential out there. Pensacola, it's been tough to get any beach time in today anyway, and you look at the forecast for the rest of the day, and we've got hit or miss showers and storms. So if you get some time to go to the beach, don't bring a lot of stuff because you might have to pick it up really quickly. West Palm Beach, Florida, same deal for you this afternoon, but you'll get some chances to get out to the beach until about 3, 4 o'clock this afternoon. Orlando, we've got that chance of storms as well. Hit or miss into the afternoon between about 4 o'clock and 7, 8, 9 o'clock, the typical timing for us. And Fort Myers, Florida, same thing into early evening. Alex.
All right, Jen, we head on up into, New York, Niagara Falls. Pretty shot here. Mid-60s for you at this hour. We're on our way up into the 70s. Wish we were a little brighter, though, in the skies. We've got some gray conditions around and even some wet weather we've been tracking across parts of southwestern New York. And this is going to be something we have to deal with even as we head on into the early part of the week. Let's show you the radar and what's going on right now, and some of those lighter sprinkles ongoing here for you around the Rochester area. We've seen some of the light sprinkles also in Syracuse, but the key word in there, very light. There's another thing that's going to be a big washout for you. Just a nuisance shower sort of passing on by. And we've seen some wet weather on the East Coast. A lot of it here hugging right along the coast here of Jersey. You can see that continues here for you. Right across Long Island, we're seeing a few showers and spreading its way now into southeastern Massachusetts towards the Cape. A little bit of wet weather there for you. Again, nothing heavy, but just enough to make things a little gray. All right, so here we are into the early part of the week, and what's going to happen? Frontal boundary hanging out, moisture that's continuing to flow its way northward as well. So anywhere in the green, we have that potential for the showers, even a few rumbles of thunder. Upper Ohio Valley into the eastern lakes, your best opportunity. A bit of a donut hole there for you in the mid-Atlantic. Tries to close in on D.C. tomorrow, but I think most of the active weather should stay on off towards your west there. So most of the megalopolis, D.C. up to Boston, should be dry into the early week. How much rain? Well, up through Tuesday morning, most areas maybe up to an inch. It's the heavier amounts a little bit farther south, getting down into North and South Carolina. That's where we could see some pockets of 1 to 2 inches of rain. Jen?
And if you don't have plans for lunch yet, you want to make sure that you are in front of your TV. We have a new program making its debut here on the Weather Channel. It's called Weather Geeks. And for those of you who don't know Dr. Marshall Shepard, he's kind of a big deal in our industry. And Alex had the chance to talk to him about this new show.
Well, Dr. Shepard, we certainly appreciate you joining us here. And I want to get the first question to you is, well, what is the show Weather Geeks about, and why do you think it's needed?
Well, we had people on the morning news talking about the polar vortex as a tornado of cold air. That's just a wrong term. So now we have our own show, The Weather Community, where we can discuss relevant issues, contemporary issues in weather, like the polar vortex or the drought out west. This is our show. It's in a prime slot on Sunday mornings at noon. It really is an opportunity for those of us that love weather to geek out, and those that love weather that may not be meteorologists to learn more about some of the things that we get excited about.
Absolutely. So we're all certainly looking forward to that. Now, one of the things in the society that we're in, everyone has a camera. It's on your phone, you've got video cameras, and that's one of the ways we saw the Pilger twin tornadoes. Right. And that's something they're going to be discussing as well. What do you think about the instant video? Does that make our jobs a little harder or easier?
Well, it certainly can provide useful information for emergency responders or meteorologists, but at the same time, it can be some challenging aspects as well, and we deal with that in the second episode on July 27th, coming up on the following Sunday, some of the challenges in social media. So there are opportunities and challenges, and one of the things that this show really hopes to do is to provide context and help people to understand what's good information and what's bad information. Just because it's out there doesn't necessarily mean it's reliable information.
Absolutely. Now, I know you're going to get a chance to talk with Dr. Chuck Doswell, and one of the things you're discussing, tornado walls. What exactly is that?
Fear the wall. Yeah, there's a new peer-reviewed paper that came out in the scientific literature suggesting that walls could be placed out in the Midwest to, thwart tornadoes or halt tornadoes. Well, Chuck and I have some interesting thoughts on that. Tune in to see what we have to say about it.
Absolutely looking forward to hearing what you guys have to say about that. Now, I have to ask you, past president of the American Meteorological Society, you're at the University of Georgia, heading up the atmospheric science program there. Absolutely, fellow Bulldog here. What made you take on this role of hosting the show?
Well, for me, people say, well, are you excited you're being a part of a TV show? I mean, I've done TV for years at NASA and at UGA. That's not what it's really about for me. What it's about for me, and if you follow me on Twitter or on social media, for me, it's about making sure people are getting good, objective, and accurate information on our field. It's a field I've loved since 6th grade. And so I want people to share and feel the passion that I feel for weather. And just, people talk about the weather. Everyone has weather apps on their phone now, so everyone's kind of a meteorologist in their own mind anyhow. But we want to make sure they're, getting the right information and also learning something too.
Sweet. Well, I love it. Can't wait to check out the show. You can watch it as well. We're all excited here at the Weather Channel. Tune in Sunday, noon Eastern. We're going to be talking tornado walls with Dr. Chuck Doswell. Should be fun times.
All right, noon today, my DVR set.
It is. They're deeming it sort of the meet the press for the weather community.
That's exactly right. And it's a half an hour of just, talking about the weather and science. And it's not just a segment, it's a whole half-hour show. So I'm really excited for this.
Yeah, we all are.
All right, so that starts noon today. And in the meantime, we're going to eat our ice cream.
Yes, let's do it. That's right. Of course, it's National Ice Cream Day. We're going to be getting a chance to taste a few, treats.
We are going to taste a few, but we actually might be paying more for these treats. So coming up, we'll find out why the weather is driving up the cost of that refreshing treat.
But first, our National Weather Service buddy Doug Vogelsang sent us this picture of the sunrise in Corpus Christi, Texas. And you know what he says? The camera doesn't do it justice.
It never does. This is why I don't mind filters on pictures, because the camera doesn't take a realistic picture anyway. I think it's always better in person.
But we appreciate it. Send us your sunrise pics Sunday Sunrise at weather.com.
Currently in our area, 87 degrees, under mostly cloudy skies. Today, partly cloudy, chance of a thunderstorm. High 87, chance of rain 30%. Tonight, partly cloudy, chance of a thunderstorm. Low 77, chance of rain 30%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
What do astronauts eat?
Have lunch with one and find out. Only at Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. Meet real astronauts, see Space Shuttle Atlantis, and experience firsthand the future of America's space exploration.
Out here, answers should always outweigh excuses. And there's no excuse why a gas-powered heavy-duty truck can't do everything you ask of it. No excuse at all. The new 6.4-liter Hemi-powered Ram Heavy Duty. Guts, glory, Ram.
On our honeymoon, Sarah was glowing. Years later, she still is.
Nice and easy color looks lit by the sun with luminous lowlights and shimmering highlights.
She's more radiant than ever.
Nice and easy for the most natural shade of you.
This is Mark at work. For those who want to enjoy their days, not just get through them. New One-A-Day VitaCraves with energy support. The only complete gummy multivitamin that supports energy and mental alertness. New from One-A-Day.
Discover card. Hey, I heard you guys can help me with fraud protection.
Yeah, we help with fraud protection. We monitor every purchase every day and alert you if anything looks unusual.
Wow. You're really looking out for us.
We are. And if there are unauthorized purchases on your Discover card, you're never held responsible.
Just to be clear, you are saying frog protection, right?
Yeah, fraud protection.
Frog protection.
Fraud protection.
Frog.
Fraud.
Frog.
Fraud.
I think we're on the same page.
We're totally on the same page.
At Discover, we treat you like you'd treat you. Fraud protection. Get it at discover.com.
Listen up, Thunder Dragons. It's time to get a hotel.
Hey, Razor, check this out. We can save big with Priceline Express deals.
You know what, man? These guys ain't no dragons.
They're cool. These deals are legit.
Hey, we're cool.
She's cool. We're cool. Priceline Express deals really are legit. Thousands of people book them every day. Perhaps it's because there are thousands of 4-star hotels to choose from. Or maybe people just like saving up to 55%. Look, saving you money makes us happy.
Rich, chewy caramel, rolled up in smooth milk chocolate.
All aboard.
Rolo, get your smooth on.
I'm a loving husband and a real good dad, but weeds just make me rattlesnake mad. Well, Roundup has a sharp-shooting wand. I'm sending them weeds to the great beyond. Roundup. Yeah. No need to pump, just point and shoot. Hit them in the leaves and it kills to the root. Round fences, trees, even mulched beds, because the only good weed is a weed that's dead. Roundup. Yeah. Roundup. Yeah. With a one-touch wand.
Andrew, Rita, Sandy.
Meet Chris, Jackie, Joe. Minor damage or major disaster. When you need us most, we're there. State Farm. We're a force of nature, too.
Your mom could do anything. Turn night into day. Conquer the globe.
stop floods. Now she could use a hand so she can keep living on her own. Comfort Keepers can help you help her. Our professional caregivers are carefully chosen and highly trained to provide a variety of in-home services while truly engaging with your aging loved ones so they can stay happy at home. Comfort Keepers, keeping the comforts of home. Call Comfort Keepers now to learn more.
What does a 37 million horsepower launch feel like?
Experience it for yourself. Only at Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. Meet real astronauts, see Space Shuttle Atlantis, and experience firsthand the future of America's space exploration.
Well, as we've been mentioning this morning, it is National Ice Cream Day, so hey, go out, grab a scoop.
Now, you may be surprised to find out it's going to cost you a little more. CNBC's Jane Wells takes a look at the cause.
Happy National Ice Cream Day. It's happening this weekend, but will the cost of your Cherry Garcia or 31 flavors leave you feeling cold? Overall, ice cream prices are up 14% over the last 5 years, according to the federal government. Blame Mother Nature. From flooding in the middle of the country to drought here in California, the #1 dairy state, milk prices have gone up. Tom Barcelos is a dairy farmer in Central California who says he's having to buy hay for his cows at prices that are 40% higher than a year ago.
I raise 100% of my feed in most cases, and this year we're not able to do that.
The American Restaurant Association says cream supplies are tight, quote, keeping the markets firm, but weather patterns haven't just impacted dairy.
Everything has gone up, and I know even the people that work for me are making comments on how much more it costs them to go to the store.
But what goes up must come down. Milk production in other parts of the world is rising, and that means we could soon see lower prices. Rabobank, which follows agriculture, says we could see wholesale milk prices fall by early next year, especially if an El Nino brings more rain to California. Meantime, chains like Ben & Jerry's say they're eating the cost. They're not raising prices because they don't want ice cream to make ice cream, you scream, we all scream. Jane Wells, CNBC Business News for the Weather Channel. Oh, back to you.
That's a pretty good gig to go out there and eat ice cream.
So, you know, we had to figure out a way to get ice cream here, so we've got it in front of us, some of our favorite flavors. And we bring in Keith Carson. He's excited too. He wants to join us.
I got chocolate. You got the sorbet, which we discussed yesterday.
Well, I know it's not real ice cream because we were doing like a trivia today, and one of the questions is how much milk fat do you have to have in your ice cream to make it legit? And it's 10%.
Really?
So this is, you know,
I can't be having that. No, we can't be doing that. Oh, mine's falling over here. Yeah, I'm a big ice cream fan. I also do. My mom's a nutritionist. Okay. So over the years, I've gone to frozen yogurt.
That explains your kale.
Kale.
These days.
I know, I make fun of kale. That's what it really is. I just think people are obsessed with it.
So, frozen yogurt.
Yeah, it's as good. I honestly think it's as good. And, I mean, maybe, hold on, let's try this. Well, you're not going to eat yours?
I'm going to eat. I'm waiting for you, though.
Okay, your hand was, that was like a hand model shot before. Did you see that? You've been working on your hand modeling?
Well, you know, you got to think of other things to do.
This is raspberry. Mango would actually be my very favorite, but raspberry is a close second.
I got the cookies and cream. Growing up, favorite ice cream was actually vanilla. But I had to spice it up. So
that is the most common. No, it's the most common flavor in America.
I'm so bored.
No, everyone likes it.
That happens to me. You know, they're really popular down here in the South. The places where you can go do your own frozen yogurt and you put toppings on it.
I don't like those places. They don't like a germaphobe. So.
Oh, but they make you do the hand thing first. But I make awful decisions when I do that because all the toppings are there. Yes. Like, well, these gummy worms will go great with this sponge.
And then you put it on the scale and it costs like $1 million.
Yes. They make you can, if you get it right, I guess you don't have to pay for it, but you have to get it within like a 1/10 of an ounce.
Like
so I'm like, well, I could get it within the ounce maybe, but yeah, I got the gummy worms, I'll do the chocolate syrup, just all kinds of bad decisions. Like, I need a professional to do this for me.
All right, so I think these bowls, they're like, can you see them? It's like a little waffle bowl, and I think this is like the closest probably to the first authentic cone, because they ran out of cups at the 1904 World's Fair in St. Louis, and the guy next door was making waffles, and so he made them into like a cone shape, but I bet they weren't perfect, so this is probably the closest thing.
I feel like a lot of cool stuff is invented by mistake.
Yes.
Wasn't plastic like a cat knocking something over and it was a chemical reaction? I swear that hopefully that's not an urban legend. But there's a lot of stuff is found by mistake, and this would be
for sure.
This would be one of them.
This was good ice cream. Are we allowed to say where it's from?
Where's it from?
I don't know.
I don't know. From Angie Massey, our EP.
Oh, you mean like this? Oh, I don't know.
Hey.
I don't know if we get paid for that or not, but you just, that's a free plug. It is good.
Yes,
It's really good.
yes, it is. All right, so we have another trivia question. This one is, which president was the first to serve ice cream in the White House? Keith, will ask you, because don't tell us, because we're going to give the answer after the break.
Oh, gosh. I don't know. I'm going to go Carter. I'm going Carter.
Not even a choice.
Really? So our business can be on AT&T's network for $175 a month?
Yep, all 5 of you for $175.
Our clients need a lot of attention.
There's unlimited talk and text.
We're working deals all day.
You get 10 gigabytes of data to share.
What about expansion potential?
Add a line anytime for $15 a month.
Low dues, great terms.
Let's close.
Introducing AT&T Mobile Share Value Plans with our best ever pricing for business.
Discover Brookside and discover an exciting combination of tastes. Rich dark chocolate covering soft centers, flavored with exotic fruit juices. It's chocolate and fruit flavors like you've never experienced before. Discover Brookside.
A Weather Channel original series.
This is a dangerous job.
Catching Hell. Sundays at 9 on the Weather Channel.
When it's hot outside, it can get dangerously hot inside your car. So this summer, make sure you look before you lock. The Weather Channel proudly supports kidsincars.org in their efforts to implement safety measures to protect our children. For more information and to show your support, go to weather.com/TV today.
Currently in our area, 87 degrees, under mostly cloudy skies. Today, partly cloudy, chance of a thunderstorm. High 87, chance of rain 30%. Tonight, partly cloudy, chance of a thunderstorm. Low 77, chance of rain 30%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Let's go emerald coasting. Visit Destin, Fort Walton Beach, Okaloosa Island, the heart of Florida's Emerald Coast.
Our pets bring out the best in us. That's why at Petco, we offer options like Purina Pro Plan, nutrition that performs. With outstanding nutrition dogs love, it helps bring out the best in our greatest companions. Petco.
We're the names you know in the places you want to be, where you can explore super destinations and do everything under the sun. 12 brands, more hotels than anyone else in the world. Save up to 25% and earn bonus points when you book at WyndhamRewards.com.
There's a place where the sky is always blue. And the kids always eat their vegetables because the salad there is always served with the original Hidden Valley Ranch. It's the way ranch is supposed to taste. Jack.
Energizer protects your devices from damaging leaks.
Red, white, and blue pancakes are under $5. That's about as American as it gets.
What do you mean?
Blueberry pancakes, strawberries, and cream cheese icing starting at just $4.99. Apple pie, watch out.
Welcome to Denny's.
Welcome to No Man's Land. It's a place you've been before, but it's not on any map. So go out there, lose yourself, and find the truth. We're all born wild.
Come
Comcast presents the Community Back to School Bash. Help the most vulnerable kids in Palm Beach County's Human Services System get ready to succeed in school. Your contributions will make the difference in the lives of thousands of children. Last year, the Bash provided school supplies to over 11,000 kids. To make a much-needed donation, please visit communitybacktoschoolbash.org. Help make back to school a positive experience for disadvantaged children.
Honey, what are you doing besides making a mess?
Well, since we got our Connecticut water system from Aquasoft, your mother loves to drink our water. She's on her way right now to pick all this up.
I'm going to tell her to call Aquasoft. They can install Connecticut at her house for pennies a day.
Really? Then I won't have to carry these 5-gallon jugs around or be inconvenienced anymore?
Nope.
Call Aquasoft today and get great Connecticut water straight from your own tap. Really.
When God is saying it's your time to act, the next move is yours. Joining is easy and free. Join ChristianMingle.com today.
Every Sunday night, we're showing 3 regular guys what it takes to survive.
Fat Guys in the Woods, premiering Sunday, August 10th on the Weather Channel.
Off the couch, into the weather.
Welcome back to Weather Center Live. It's time for your tropical update. I'm hurricane specialist Dr. Greg Postel, and I've been watching the tropical Atlantic, the quietness across that region for days, and it seems to be ongoing and probably will be with us for a few more days. We won't see a whole lot of thunderstorm activity here. Certainly we don't expect tropical development really in this part of the world, all the way from the east coast of South America to the west coast of Africa, all systems clear. And in trying to figure out why this is the case, in fact, why we're seeing so little thunderstorm activity may have at least a small part to do with what's called the MJO, the Madden-Julian Oscillation. We've talked about that before. You can think of it as kind of a big wave that rolls around the globe, around the tropics, and there's an upward part and a part that goes down. And right now it does appear that although it's a weak signal, the part that's descending or that's going down is over the tropical Atlantic. And that may be helping to suppress thunderstorm development across this region. Meanwhile, on the other side of the world, check this out. Look at all the thunderstorm activity that's ongoing out there. Totally different. It looks nothing like the tropical Atlantic. And one of the factors that may be playing the role is the same MJO, where the upward part of the wave is actually over here. So the air is perhaps at least the MJO is trying to lift it out here just a little bit, and we're seeing a lot more thunderstorm activity. And in fact, we've seen a lot more tropical cyclone activity as well. We've had a whole bunch of typhoons out here in the last couple of weeks, and in fact, right now we've got another one, Typhoon Matmo. 75-mile-per-hour typhoon, at least according to the satellite estimates, because we don't have any aircraft flying out here to tell us exactly how strong it is. It's moving toward the northwest at about 14. That's generally off in that direction. So it should bypass the Philippines. Good news for them. Not so good news, on the other hand, for perhaps Taiwan and parts of China, because this thing is likely to strengthen on its way that direction by midweek, perhaps being as strong as a Cat 3 hurricane in that area, moving through, perhaps making landfall in Taiwan and in part of China. Let's have a look elsewhere now across parts of the Pacific where it's not quite so active. In the East Pacific, there's Mexico right in here. Look at this little swirly right out in there. Can you see that? It's got some thunderstorms with it too as well. So there is a chance that that little circulation there, several hundred miles to the southwest of the Mexican coast, has a chance of developing further. And right now we're looking at probably about a 20% chance of this thing developing. But here it's moving toward the west, and we think that will likely not impact any land masses and probably end up dissipating over the distant Pacific Ocean. Good news there. Alex and Jen, back to you.
Greg, thank you. We'll save you some ice cream.
Thank you.
Yes. So it's National Ice Cream Day, and we're eating ice cream and talking ice cream trivia.
Wallace is past tense.
Yeah, I'm not even going to try for it. I completely demolished this thing.
Well, I still have some left. I'm freezing, actually. So the question that we asked you, though, before the break was, which president was the first to serve ice cream in the White House? And
you guys kind of actually laughed at my answer.
You said Carter. Well, because it's a multiple choice question.
Oh, I didn't see. There were choices? I didn't even see them. You guys, you got to hold my hand sometimes, okay?
All right,
Fine.
Jefferson, Reagan, or Roosevelt? And most people might actually think Reagan, since he was the one who signed the proclamation declaring the third Sunday in July as National Ice Cream Day. But of course, many years before, and it was Jefferson.
So I was freelancing on that. That was totally off the It wasn't even an answer.
No, right. That's why we're laughing at you.
I need more than that. You guys laugh at me a lot. I need a little bit more guidance.
All right, so I'm shivering in here, eating ice cream. And some of you might be shivering outside, too, because it has been cool lately. But temperatures are heating up. Midwest, Northeast. Here we go. Summer making a comeback. Yeah, we're going to talk a little weather here while you're eating ice cream.
Okay.
All right, so temperatures right now are actually still on the relative cool side. Not cold. No one's shivering, but they're on the cool side. But we're going to get a ridge in our jet stream to develop again. And the Midwest really heats up. But we are going to look at a warm-up, we'll call it, here in the Northeast. Temperatures going back to the mid to upper 80s, even 90, maybe even 90 plus for a couple of spots. D.C. That would be you. New York City today, 79 degrees, 83 in Washington, D.C. But by tomorrow, we're looking at mid-80s and even warmer on Tuesday and Wednesday.
All right, well, thanks for spending part of your Sunday morning with us.
Keith Carson and Kate Parker, when she's done her ice cream, will be on in.
Guys. Okay,
all right.
Currently in our area, 88 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, partly cloudy, chance of a thunderstorm. High 87, chance of rain 30%. Tonight, partly cloudy, chance of a thunderstorm. Low 77, chance of rain 30%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Southern discomfort. Stormy weather ahead for the southeast as 6 states could see over an inch of rain through Tuesday. Some areas could see upwards of 3 inches.
Some things we can't stop, but it's very hard to see families lose their homes.
Devastation in the Pacific Northwest. At least 500 homes under evacuation. What's next as Washington continues to burn?
Plus the very latest from an active tropical season, updates from deadly typhoon Ramasan, plus a look at Mopto, yeah, that's right. All that plus much more on Weather Center Live. All right, we're done eating ice cream now. Thanks for joining us on Weather Center Live. I'm Keith Carson. You kind of got...
I'm Kate Parker, and I was left out of the ice cream fun. It was like Mean Girls. You can't sit with us.
You didn't... No ice cream for you.
I wasn't on the ice cream
No ice cream for you. She's over there, single tier.
I'm really glad to see that you're like, oh, feeling okay, Keith? You feeling good?
After the...
You a little sore?
I'm stretching it out. Oh, because we had a Dance Central party last night. She's just mad because I...
owned it. Seriously, like on the video game, you know?
This shouldn't surprise you.
He owned it. He was so serious. He was focused.
This surprise you that I'm in the zone when it comes to dancing? It shouldn't.
It shouldn't. It shouldn't surprise you.
You see my moves out there on the green screen. I take those forward right to the...
Yeah, I know. That's where you practice every day. You guys wait just a second because he's going to give you some more. But first, we want to take a live look at Destin, Florida.
You're a big fan.
Where thunderstorms, of course, I'm a big fan of Destin. Expected throughout the day. Here's the thing. I was here on Thursday, and it was spectacular. If you were there on Wednesday or Thursday, oh, it couldn't have been more beautiful. But right now, you can see we've got some kayakers out there. Not too shabby. 81 degrees, though. It is muggy. And you've got clouds, and you've got endless rain, it would seem, in the forecast. Let's go ahead and break down exactly what's going on with these storms in the southeast and what is going on with those. Well, we do have a lot of them this weekend. Showers and thunderstorms. And one of the spots where we saw quite a lot of rain was in Atlanta, where we got over 2¼ inches at the airport recorded, and that broke the daily rainfall record of 2.09 inches of rainfall. So yesterday morning was a real soaker. And then in Athens, you had nearly 3 inches of rainfall, and that also broke your daily record for rainfall. So we had a nice little rainy day in the southeast, and look what's going on right now. PCB, you are getting soaked. Apalachicola, look at all that rain moving through your area. This is pushing toward Tallahassee and Dothan. You're getting soaked as well right now in Alabama. Taking a look a little bit wider here, you've got a lot of rain through Bama, right through Montgomery right now. South Alabama, you're getting soaked. We're going right across toward Columbus, Georgia there, and then we're going to see a few of these showers through Macon as we go throughout the afternoon in Georgia. Here's what's going on with the timing of this. So we've got a stalled out front. It's basically just hanging out. It's not doing anything. It's just kind of hanging out in the southeast. That's why we're seeing these showers and thunderstorms pop up each afternoon and in the morning and through the overnight. We're in a mushy forecast. We've got a lot of moisture in the mix. Here's what we've got going on tomorrow. We've got scattered thunderstorms all the way from Charlotte south through Atlanta down to Tallahassee and over to Mobile and even New Orleans. We'll see some rumbles of thunder. Keith?
All right, thanks, Kate. Let's take you now to Minneapolis, where the story there will be, the few showers coming in, but more the heat coming into Minneapolis. Right now it's 75 degrees, some clouds around for sure, but temperature is going to be warming up. The next couple of days looking quite warm into the low 90s in some spots as we head into tomorrow. So dangerous heat in parts of the Midwest. It won't be long term. We're looking at a day or two in most spots, but still quite warm. The jet stream pushing to the north. You get that ridge, that warm flow coming in from the southwest, and basically a warm front up here. So we're in what's called the warm sector between the warm front and the cold front. That gives us the temperatures spiking up. So 87 in Minneapolis today, and by tomorrow we do get into the 90s. 94 in Minneapolis, 92 in Des Moines, 94 in Kansas City, 89 in Chicago, a place that just dealt with the polar vortex. Now we're dealing with warmer air that we don't have a cool name for. Dew points also quite high. Look at this, in the mid 70s, upper 70s. Little known fact, the highest dew point ever recorded in the United States was actually across the Midwest in Minnesota, a dew point of 88. That is awful. 70s, pretty strong too. Here's your feels like temperature tomorrow. 106 in Sioux Falls, 104 in Minneapolis. So you take that dew point with the temperature, and that's why you have these heat advisories. And in fact, excessive heat warning in Minneapolis. This is kind of a regional thing. One gets triggered here that maybe wouldn't get triggered down across the southwest, but these temperatures still feeling like the low 100s. Kate?
All a matter of perspective there, Keith. All right, let's go ahead and talk about these storms that are returning to the Midwest, because we are going to see some more of them, some more rumbles of thunder in your forecast. Now, it may be quiet this morning in Bismarck, Sioux Falls, but look what happens this afternoon. Through your Sunday afternoon, you are going to see some of these cells trigger. These are going to be the ones that we watch, especially here through Minnesota. Some of these could produce not only some very heavy downpours, which could lead to some potential flooding in spots, but we could see some damaging winds, some hail going to be a possibility there. So that is why we have the risk of severe weather that stretches from Fargo all the way over to Duluth today. That's going to be a concern for us. And then taking a look at tomorrow, look what happens. This low is just basically hanging out, being carried along by the jet stream. We've got all this moisture out of the south. You know it's a lot warmer and more humid than you felt last week. That's where we're going to see the lift in the atmosphere occurs with this low, with the associated fronts, which is why tomorrow we have a risk of severe weather once again from Duluth over to Fargo, but then we're going to continue that on over into the Dakotas. You're also going to see that risk of showers and thunderstorms, some of which could be damaging. Keith?
All right, thanks, Kate. Well, are you ready to talk some weather? Then our brand new show, Weather Geeks, is just for you. It tackles the issues affecting the weather community and talks them out in depth. The host is Dr. Marshall Shepard, former president of the American Meteorological Society and current director of the University of Georgia's Atmospheric Sciences program. Listen to what Dr. Shepard said got him into science of weather.
I wanted to be an entomologist as a kid, and so I used to catch bees in the yard. Got stung by one and found out I was highly allergic to bee stings. This was around the time that I was trying to find a science project, and I switched to weather. Ended up going to Florida State and majoring in meteorology, and from that point on, I knew I wanted to go more into the research and development side of the house, so I went on to graduate school, ultimately getting a PhD in meteorology from Florida State, and spent the first 12 years of my career at NASA Goddard Space Flight Center. And at NASA, I worked on various weather and climate missions to study the planet from the perspective of weather. We have to break down the images that are out there as well in terms of what science is. You can love science and math, but still like sports and do things that other people do.
All right, well, make sure to check out Dr. Shepard and the rest of our weather geeks. It doesn't get any smarter or geekier than this. If you love talking about the weather, the show's for you, and it starts for the first time at noon Eastern.
We're really excited about this. That's less than an hour away from the launch of this really cool new program.
Around it. I'm interested.
Yeah.
Hey, break out the beach blankets and sunblock in the Northeast today.
Yeah, places like D.C. and Pittsburgh and New York, you're all in the 80s. We'll have more coming up next.
I'm MARY, and I have COPD.
I'm JEFF,
and I have COPD.
I'm LISA, and I have COPD. But I don't want my breathing problems to get in the way of hosting my book club. That's why I asked my doctor about BREO.
Once daily, Brio Ellipta helps increase airflow from the lungs for a full 24 hours. And Brio helps reduce symptom flare-ups that last several days and require oral steroids, antibiotics, or hospital stay. Brio is not for asthma. Brio contains a type of medicine that increases risk of death in people with asthma. It is not known if this risk is increased in COPD. Brio won't replace rescue inhalers for sudden COPD symptoms and should not be used more than once a day. Brio may increase your risk of pneumonia, thrush, osteoporosis, and some eye problems. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking Brio.
Ask your doctor about BREO for COPD.
First prescription free at mybrio.com.
When it's hot outside, it can get dangerously hot inside your car. So this summer, make sure you look before you lock. The Weather Channel proudly supports kidsincars.org in their efforts to implement safety measures to protect our children. For more information and to show your support, go to weather.com/TV today.
Currently in our area, 88 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, partly cloudy with isolated thunderstorms possible. High 87. Chance of rain 30%. Tonight, a shower or thunderstorm possible this evening. Clouds lingering overnight. Low 77. Chance of rain 30%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Only the Weather Channel drops you into nature's deadliest predicaments and asks, so you think you'd survive? Oh my God! Premiering Sunday, August 10th at 9 on the Weather Channel.
We don't sit idle, wondering how we're going to build a better truck. We get out there and walk a mile, thousands of miles, in the footsteps of the guys we build trucks for. The groundbreaking Ram Heavy Duty, with 30,000 pounds of towing and 850 pound-feet of torque.
Andrew, Rita, Sandy. Meet Chris, Jackie, Joe. Minor damage or major disaster. When you need us most, we're there. State Farm. We're a force of nature, too.
Welcome back to Weather Center Live. You're taking a live look at Philadelphia right now. Temperatures in the mid-70s and some sun peeking through the clouds. It's been nice in the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic the last couple of days. It's going to be warming back up. Temperatures are going to be warming up as a warm front moves through. So that's part of our story here. Look, it's summer, and actually they're doing summer in the Northeast better than we are in the Southeast here. It's all socked in down here, not the case up north. Philly, your average high 87. We're going to get into the low 90s by Wednesday. So look, we're not breaking any records here, but temperatures will be going up out ahead of a cold front. Pretty typical setup there. Right now, 69 in Boston for a high temperature. East wind equals death in Boston. It's never going to warm up with that. 81 in New York by tomorrow. Tuesday, now everyone warms up. Boston, New York, D.C., 88 degrees. Pittsburgh coming in at 89. And 89 in Burlington, Vermont. Not typically a warm place, pretty close to the Canadian border, but they're going to stay pretty mild as well. So D.C., your average high is 89. They'll get to 93. I've always said that D.C. is a sneaky hot place. It's not a place you think of like in Atlanta, oh, it's always hot. But they get pretty warm during the summer, and not everybody's air conditioning. So when you get into the mid-90s, that's pretty brutal. Also, it's going to be pretty moist as well as far as the dew dew point. So this is, again, a pretty standard setup. You get a warm front up here, you get that moist flow ahead of it. The cool air is back here. So it doesn't get in until Friday. So before that, you get a lot of clouds, some of the instability, but the temperatures also get pretty warm because not only is the moisture coming in from the southwest, but so is the warmth coming in the same direction. Southwest is a warm wind direction pretty much any time of the year across the mid-Atlantic and northeast. So Wednesday, some showers start moving in. Thursday, this system is going to try to park itself in Boston and New York City, so scattered showers and storms, not a washout, but temperatures very warm in there as well. So kind of classic summer weather, instability with those showers and storms popping up, and then we try to get this front offshore as we head into Friday. The system will kind of lag in some places like Boston up through down East Maine, and then eventually clears out, and behind it, we'll see some cooler air. Kate?
All right, Keith, let's go ahead and break down that 7-day forecast for you. We want you to be prepared as you head out the door this morning and on your Sunday. Exactly what you can anticipate for the start of this week. So here's what's going on. Taking a look out west, you'll notice that we do have those monsoonal rains continuing. That's going to be through the southwest. We've even got a bit of rain through central California possible. The southeast, you are staying humid and wet over the next several days, and that's because we've got a stalled out front that's just going to keep this moisture in place for you. Take a look at what's going on with our next system as it moves just right through the upper Midwest. That's where we could see the triggering of a few thunderstorms that could be stronger in nature. So if you're in Minneapolis, the next couple of days, you need to be on the lookout for potential damaging winds and even hail going to be a possibility with those. Tuesday, you'll notice that we keep that moisture right up here in the northern plains, and that's going to be scattered showers, a few thunderstorms possible. Look what's happening in the Pacific Northwest, though. You have rain returning to the forecast, badly needed for your fire dangers that you have going on and ongoing at this time. And then look at the east. You have a lot of the scattered rain in your forecast. We've got the heat on in Texas. Man, it's cranked up to 99 in both Dallas and Denver for Wednesday. A little bit cooler on the East Coast, but it's just because you're going to see more clouds and some scattered rainfall right through the southeast. Now into the northeast by Thursday, your next system will have moved through, so your high temperatures are only going to be in the 70s, but then you start to rebound as we get closer to the weekend. You'll notice those temperatures start to creep back up into the 80-degree range for both Boston and the city. That's going to be for Saturday for you. Look at the rain chances from the Great Lakes all the way south through Florida for Saturday. We are going to see an enhanced chance of scattered showers and thunderstorms. Some heavier downpours going to be possible. Our soil is saturated in this part of the country. Flooding will be a concern there. Keith?
All right, thanks, Kate. Well, this has not been a quiet year for those living in the western Pacific Basin. 2 storms have already threatened the area. Now a 3rd storm on the move. Coming up, what countries stand in the way of Tropical Storm Matmo as it strengthens? Also,
some things we can't stop, but it's very hard to see families lose their homes.
The wonder of summer is that I never know what kind of adventure awaits. The days are longer and the breeze feels a little sweeter. And thanks to Volvo, I'll pay nothing for repairs or maintenance for 5 years. Nothing. They even cover my first month's payment. So I'll be happy wherever the summer takes me. The Wonder of Summer event. The 2015 Volvo S60 sedan with complimentary first month's payment, starting at $319 a month.
She keeps you on your toes. You wouldn't have it any other way. But your erectile dysfunction? It could be a question of blood flow. Cialis Tadalafil for daily use helps you be ready anytime the moment's right. You can be more confident in your ability to be ready. And the same Cialis is the only daily ED tablet approved to treat ED and symptoms of BPH, like needing to go frequently or urgently. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions and medicines, and ask if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Do not take Cialis if you take nitrates for chest pain, as it may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Do not drink alcohol in excess. Side effects may include headache, upset stomach, delayed backache, or muscle ache. To avoid long-term injury, get medical help right away for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. If you have any sudden decrease or loss in hearing or vision, or any allergic reactions like rash, hives, swelling of the lips, tongue, or throat, or difficulty breathing or swallowing, stop taking Cialis and get medical help right away. Ask your doctor about experiencing Cialis for daily use and a free 30-tablet trial.
For a brilliant smile, there's a breakthrough in whitening from Crest 3D White New Brilliance Toothpaste and Boost. After brushing, our exclusive Boost polishes your smile and whitens with 3 times the stain-lifting ingredient for a smile that dazzles. New Crest 3D White Brilliance.
This time of year, you just need some fertilizer with weed control and a spreader to distribute it evenly. It's not rocket horticulture.
Oh, thank you. It's not rocket grilling either, right, guys?
Getting help at ACE is like going to your neighbor. To fight wasps this summer, just visit your neighborhood ACE. Right now, get 25% more Raid Wasp and Hornet Spray for just $2.49 after $2 off instant savings with ACE Rewards Card.
ACE is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
The great white's the second baddest thing in the ocean. You know what number one is? I am. I'm a legend here, baby.
He calls himself the Great One.
I get those.
My husband worked at a power plant where the asbestos fell like snow.
My dad got mesothelioma from asbestos.
Oh, the diagnosis was devastating.
We chose Cooney and Conway because they're highly experienced in this area.
They were more than lawyers. They were human beings.
There was no money up front.
It showed my sons that there is justice in the world.
Call 1-800-322-5573. Cooney and Conway. Justice with a passion.
Have you suddenly noticed bags, wrinkles, or dark circles under your eyes? Make a sudden change in mere minutes. Sudden Change Under Eye Serum with skin-firming ingredients smooths it all away. Make a sudden change in mere minutes.
I want to hide my feet. They're dry, cracked. It's embarrassing.
Relief starts now with Gold Bond Foot Cream. The skin on your feet is 20 times thicker. Gold Bond penetrates, moisturizes, and soothes for soft, sandal-ready feet. Gold Bond. Relief starts now.
Price, refund the shipping, and even pay the return postage. Try No-No risk-free today.
The Coasties are back, and Monday, the Weather Channel is the only place to find them. Coast Guard, Cape Disappointment. Monday nights at 9 on the Weather Channel.
Currently in our area, 88 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, partly cloudy with isolated thunderstorms possible. High 87. Chance of rain 30%. Tonight, a shower or thunderstorm possible this evening. Clouds lingering overnight. Low 77. Chance of rain 30%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Welcome back to Weather Center Live. You're taking a live look at the nation's capital. Cloudy day there, 80 degrees. The humidity is high, and there is a chance of rain in the forecast today. And the unfortunate part is that goes up later this week, so it looks like it's going to be a little wet in the capital city. Now let's talk about where somewhere else it's a little bit more than a little bit wet. Let's go to our hurricane specialist, Dr. Greg Postel, for the latest in the tropics. Greg, we have a few spots that are a real soaker this morning.
Kate, exactly right. I mean, it is really thunderstorms galore in the West Pacific with lots of typhoons lately. We've got another one now that is moving its way toward Taiwan. Let's have a look at the satellite pictures and show you what we're talking about and where. There it is. Look at this tremendous explosion of thunderstorm activity right now in the West Pacific. There are the Philippines. Pretty close to them it is, but I think it's going to move on by. And what we're talking about is Typhoon Matmo. This is a 75-mile-per-hour typhoon. And again, we can only estimate the strength based on satellite pictures. We don't have any airplanes flying in there to tell us exactly how strong it is. But it's likely to get quite a bit stronger than this, moving toward the northwest at 14 miles per hour. This is where the center is likely to go. Look, it's going to move into probably Taiwan, if not make certainly a close approach there over the next several days, and at pretty high intensity there. Look at that, 120 mile per hour, Category 3. This is pretty significant as it moves into Taiwan and then moves into mainland China thereafter. So we have to keep a close eye on this for certainly our interests in the West Pacific. Over the Atlantic, it's a much different story, We have very dry air that continues to infiltrate the tropical Atlantic from the north and from the east over Africa. So what we've got here is a lot of wannabe thunderstorms that just don't have enough juice to get going. In fact, probably the biggest of all the storms anywhere in that view are the ones closest to the Gulf Coast. And these are associated with an old frontal boundary, that same one that polar air invasion front. Remember that one? Well, it's hanging out right here, creating some big storms. Not such good beach weather, but no tropical development likely there. Kate, back to you.
All right, thanks, Dr. Postel. Well, new challenges today for crews trying to keep a wildfire from intensifying in Washington state. The raging wildfire northeast of Seattle has blackened nearly 340 square miles. Now gusting winds are pushing it in different direction. King TV's Alex Rozier is there with more.
It would spread across the field within seconds.
It's a firestorm that's burned more than 200,000 acres. Now 5,000 men and women find themselves on the front lines. 5 miles outside of Okanagan, this crew from Arizona worked to save an apple orchard and nearby homes.
Been firefighting for a couple of years now.
Easton Roberts spent the day digging fire lines, cutting down brush and back burning.
When a fire reaches this point, there's no more fuel for it to burn.
It's been going like this for a couple days now. It's pretty intense.
Sean Killian came from Salem, Oregon, and just wrapped up a 16-hour day.
You really kind of have to just stand in awe. Not much you can do, but just prepare.
The dry weather and excessive temperatures have made this battle a big one. But it's the wind that made this fire destructive.
Sometimes it'll pick up and get some pretty heavy gusts.
Some things we can't stop, but it's very hard to see families lose their homes.
A minimum of 500 homes have evacuation notices.
You see the heartbreak when you come across those houses that are burnt to cinders, and all you see is the metal frames left from cars.
Pump and push.
That's why it's so hard to tell you that Mother Nature is not done yet. The flames continued on this long road for firefighters in central Washington.
Pretty incredible. Watch this. It's amazing how powerful nature can be.
All right, here's a look at how the winds are pushing some of this smoke to the east. Here are your wildfire locations across the west, and you can see a lot of them in Oregon and Washington state there. The jet stream pushes all of this smoke, and this is what we have as of Saturday. We have some dense smoke all the way to Maine, Oregon to Maine. That is a long trip, 2,500 miles, but just amazing how the atmosphere picks that smoke up and moves it.
I love that, and I love being amazed by the weather. Everyone here at the Weather Channel loves that. So we have a quick reminder for you. In just a half hour, our brand new talk show, Weather Geeks, is going to kick off. The show is hosted by Dr. Marshall Shepard. He's the former president of the American Meteorological Society and current director of the University of Georgia's Atmospheric Science program. If you love talking about weather, this is the show for you. Again, Weather Geeks premieres at noon Eastern, and we're all really, really excited about it. Well, lightning can be a beautiful sight in the night sky, but that does not lessen the danger when it connects with the ground. We're going to tell you about lightning danger still ahead.
Worst morning ever.
Testosterone.
Best morning ever.
Bom, flaky, gooey, testosterone.
New Olympic Elite Advanced Stain and Sealant in 1 has revolutionary color-rich technology and 4-season protection package that penetrates deep to protect and beautify.
Dad, I'm hungry.
New Olympic Elite.
Dad.
New Olympic Elite. From America's most trusted brand since 1938. Only at Lowe's.
Who's he talking to? I don't know, honey. I don't know.
Untamed fruit flavor. Jolly Rancher.
Pets make us better people. They inspire us to open our hearts to an unexpected friend. At PetSmart, we're in it to create more moments like this every day. PetSmart, inspired by pets.
In the nation, the safest feature in your car is you. Add Vanishing Deductible from Nationwide Insurance and get $100 off for every year of safe driving. Which for you, shouldn't be a problem. Just another way we put members first, because we don't have shareholders. Join the nation.
Nationwide is on your side.
Sonic has like every slush flavor someone could ever want.
That's right. This is basically slush headquarters.
Where sour blue raspberry plans world domination.
What?
Get colorful with new Sonic slushes, now available with Nerds Candy. This is how you Sonic.
My family likes camping. I like dancing. So when we packed up our RAV4,
Nights like this,
I brought this. Turns out, my family likes dancing too. The RAV4. Toyota. Let's go places.
On our honeymoon, Sarah was glowing. Years later, she still is.
Nice and easy color looks lit by the sun with luminous lowlights and shimmering highlights.
She's more radiant than ever.
Nice and easy for the most natural shade of you.
Hundreds of amateur astronomers gather at Cherry Springs to catch a glimpse of the stars in the Milky Way. They turn to the Weather Channel forecast to find clear skies and low humidity for the best views of the cosmos.
Currently in our area, 88 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, partly cloudy with isolated thunderstorms possible. High 87. Chance of rain 30%. Tonight, a shower or thunderstorm possible this evening. Clouds lingering overnight. Low 77. Chance of rain 30%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
And Monday, the Weather Channel is the only place to find them. Coast Guard, Cape Disappointment. Monday nights at 9 on the Weather Channel.
Well, thanks for joining us here on Weather Center Live. It is Sunday. We are only a half hour away from our new show, Weather Geeks, and I'm Kate Parker.
And I'm Keith Carson. Yeah, we're pretty excited about that. It seems like a lot of people on social media are too. And
yeah, they're buzzing this morning.
We're going to get some popcorn up in here because we haven't seen it yet.
We haven't seen it, so we're going to sit back and watch with you actually at noon, whenever that. And then we're sandwiching it. So
we'll be back.
Weather Geeks is the meat and we're the bread.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
Yeah.
Are we like
sandwich
low
because
carb?
we're before it and we're after. You're low carb. I'm like, I want the potato bread.
No bread. Either way, we'll be on both sides. Oh, that's them telling us to stop talking. All right, well, hey, look at Atlanta. Not a great day today. We had a lot of rain yesterday, a couple of inches reported at the airport. And today, if there's such thing as heavy mist, that's what's going on in Atlanta right now. And it's going to be unsettled for the next couple of days. Wedged in is what they call it, with an east wind in Atlanta. I've noticed that in weather, anything that's blank in, so socked in, snowed in, wedged in, it's all bad. So that's how it is across the southeast this weekend, with showers and thunderstorms around. And again, some heavier rain fell yesterday. Today has been lighter so far. It's 22 below zero in Atlanta right now. Whew. This is something else, but it's raining off to the south and west. And you can see the showers here away from the city, just moving across the Gulf Coast states. So this is not as heavy as what we saw yesterday, even the day before. We had the front kind of stalled out with some heavy rain here. Now the heaviest moisture is out here, down across the Gulf Coast states, behind this Weather Geeks debut area here. You can see the showers and storms out over the Gulf of Mexico. So here's your stationary front. It's stalled. That's why we call it a stationary front. So showers and storms along this front and to the south of it for the most part. So if you look at the thunderstorm timing through the afternoon, a few more of these showers and storms may pop up later in the day across southern and central Georgia, into the Carolinas as well. So it kind of depends whether or not you get clipped with one of these showers and storms. Within them, the potential is there for some downpours because obviously there's a lot of moisture this time of the year across the south. So you get that in and it comes down pretty quickly. Here's what we're looking at through tomorrow. Atlanta, Charlotte into Savannah, Tallahassee, Orlando, all seeing those showers and storms. And then through Tuesday, again, kind of the same spots. This front's really slow moving, so we've got a couple of days here, almost a week, we have at least a chance of showers in the Atlanta area. Rainfall amounts are always hard to pin down because you can get one cell that can drop 2 or 3 inches by itself, but we're putting the bullseye across eastern parts of Georgia into South Carolina, where we have 2 to 3 inches of rain possible there, and that's through Tuesday morning. Kate?
All right, Keith, so it's wet there, but what else do we have going on? Well, we have the risk of some pretty soggy weather continuing into your work week. This is especially through the Ohio Valley, where we'll see a lot of this rain. Take a look at what's going on right now on radar. We just got a few showers right now through West Virginia. Actually, we're pretty quiet in Cleveland. A couple showers just off the coast there. We've got Pittsburgh has a few little showers hanging out there, and we know that you have your car rally going on there today. So it could be a little bit on the wet side, so bear that in mind with those vintage cars out there. You want to make sure they're well protected. We've got a couple showers a little bit farther to the south too, but here's what the forecast looks like. So showers and thunderstorms are in the forecast. We're not going to see a widespread amount of them, but we are going to see spots of very heavy downpours today. Our concern would be that we would see some flooding potential, and we saw quite a lot of rain yesterday. We got some record rainfall amounts in several spots. So what we'll watch through Charleston, Pittsburgh, Buffalo today, risk of showers and thunderstorms in the forecast. We're going to continue that on into tomorrow. Pittsburgh, you stay in that pattern. Wet weather. Roanoke, Virginia as well. You could be a little bit on the wet side. Let's talk about Buffalo, though, because temperatures are going to be rather cool in the mid-70s. Not too shabby, but it's because you have these clouds that hang around, and boy, do they stick around. We're going to see them, the showers stay on as well until later on tonight. That's when they start to clear on out, is then the overnight and heading into your Monday morning. So a bit of good news there. Look at Charleston, West Virginia, because we do have the risk of some rumbles of thunder there this afternoon. It's going to be right during your afternoon and evening. So if you're planning on grilling out with the family in Charleston, maybe you're out doing some rafting in West Virginia, you could be experiencing a little bit of that lightning danger, Keith.
All right, Kate, little known fact, not only am I great at Dance Central, I'm also a grill master.
Are you a grill master?
These are things you will learn.
Whenever we were dancing Dance Central last night, was there no grilled
I should have done it at the same time. What could go wrong?
Dancing while grilling.
Here's a look at Minneapolis, where it's going to be hot there over the next couple of days. We have an excessive heat warning issued. Also, though, severe storms could be ushering in the week. They're connected. That warm, moist air, really, really unstable. So the Midwest getting back into some action. This is how weather is. You know, we talked about the polar vortex, whatever you wanted to call it, last week, and now the total opposite coming into this week with temperatures much warmer. Take a look at our thunderstorm timing through Sunday afternoon. Not a whole lot going on, but we're going to get a warm front right in here. Showers and storms will pop along that, but you can see there's not many of them. Here we are through Monday. Now we start to get more of them in through North Dakota, but we're not going to have as many widespread thunderstorms, but some of them could be severe if they do pop off. It's that kind of situation. So today, again, coverage-wise, not a ton of thunderstorms, but the possibility for some of them to be strong to severe towards Fargo and through Duluth, so way up here, and then some generalized thunderstorms down to the south. Can't rule out an isolated spin-up tornado, but we're not thinking there's going to be many of those. So as we look forward here, there's that front, that warm front, kind of lifting slowly off to the east, taking with it the heat and humidity down to the south side of it, and then thunderstorms popping on the warm front and the cold front as it comes through, and then cooler air, drier air will come in behind it with the jet stream. So all in all, kind of a typical setup where that cooler air comes behind that front. Tomorrow, showers and thunderstorms, Bismarck, Fargo, Minneapolis, and then through Tuesday, now Duluth in there as well to the north of Green Bay. Some of those could be on the stronger side, and on Wednesday, diving down into parts of the Ohio Valley. Kate?
Okay, so we've got the risk of scattered thunderstorms there. We have a lot of people that are going to be outside during the next couple of weeks, and that's because we are right in the middle of summer. But here's a danger that you don't often think about: lightning. I know that sometimes you hear that rumble of thunder and you don't really think of it as being an extreme danger, but it is, especially during the summer. So here is how lightning forms. We've got a nice little explainer here for you today. So what happens is that we have these ice crystals inside the cloud. They start to collide, and when that happens, that friction, it releases some electric energy. So what happens is we get all those positive charges. They actually end up gathering toward the top of the storm. We get the negative charges toward the bottom, which means that positive charges beneath the cloud, they start to gather on places that are a little bit taller. This is why you want to stand underneath a tree. You always hear the tallest item is going to be the most dangerous. That's not always the case. It's not 100%, but it is one of those spots that we see more lightning strike, and it's because it is one of these places that we can see all those positive charges collect, and that's why we get get the release of energy. When we get enough of the negative charges and the positive charges they release, we get a lightning strike. Here are the 5 different ways that you can be struck by lightning. It's not just a direct hit, although that is a possibility. A direct strike is the #1 way that you can get hit by lightning. But you also can be hit by lightning if it hits something near you, like this tree. It's called a side flash. So it could hit the tree, then you could have a jump of that electricity and it could electrocute. You could be hit by that lightning. We also have the ground current issues. So that's going to be your 3rd way that you can be struck, is basically if it strikes something near you and it travels through the ground, and that's kind of your conductor. It also can be conducted through the air or water. That's another issue for us. So conduction is the 4th way you can be struck by lightning, and the 5th is going to be a streamer. So you have those positive charges coming up off of you, and if you have lightning that strikes nearby, you could actually have that streamer as well. So those are our concerns, but where do we see the most lightning strikes across the country? Well, we see them in Florida. In fact, Tampa, Florida has the 2nd most lightning strikes worldwide. The only place greater is a spot in Africa. Florida, you are #1 for lightning strikes, and that's not just talking about the cloud-to-ground density, but the number of deaths too. Look at how many deaths we've seen so far this year across the country. We have had a lot of them. We've had actually 4 in Florida, so we'll take a look at that coming up in a little bit, Keith.
All right, thanks, Kate. Learn something there. After days of flooding rains, heat gets to usher into the southern plains. Places like Dallas and OKC flirting with triple digits. But who will actually come through into low 100s? We'll let you know coming up after the break.
Currently in our area, 89 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, partly cloudy with isolated thunderstorms possible. High 87. Chance of rain 30%. Tonight, a shower or thunderstorm possible this evening. Clouds lingering overnight. Low 77. Chance of rain 30%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
PetSmart has a wide selection of the best natural and specialized nutrition for every need. See the difference the right food can make, all with our unbeatable price guarantee. Save $5 on Purina Pro Plan dry dog food, and Pro Plan wet cat food cans are only 65 cents.
Cat.
Energizer protects your devices from damaging leaks.
I'm a loving husband and a real good dad, but weeds just make me rattlesnake mad. Well, Roundup has a sharpshooting wand. I'm sending them weeds to the great beyond. Roundup. No need to pump, just point and shoot. Hit them in the leaves and it kills to the root. Round fences, trees, even mulched beds, because the only good weed is a weed that's dead. Roundup. With a one-touch wand.
It's the candy bar that's too hot for TV in all its naked glory. Stripped of chocolate with nothing but salty roasted peanuts on soft, sweet caramel. A payday bar will get you through your day. Expose yourself to payday.
Introducing Nexium 24-Hour. Finally, the purple pill, the #1 prescribed acid-blocking brand, comes without a prescription for frequent heartburn. Get complete protection. Nexium Level Protection.
You use Tide Pods?
Yeah.
But I thought you were the queen of the pre-treat soak, treat soak.
Those are fond memories, but those things are amazing. Once I saw what they did, I actually started to relax. Don't touch my things. Those little guys clean, brighten, and fight stains. So now I can focus on more pressing matters.
Like your containers.
Isn't it beautiful?
Your sweet peppers aren't next to your hot peppers.
That's my Tide. What's yours?
Hey, I noticed your car's not in the driveway.
Yeah, it's in the shop. It's gonna cost me an arm and a leg.
That's hilarious.
Sorry.
Should have taken it to Midas. Get some of that Midas touch. They'll tell you what stuff needs fixing and what stuff can wait.
All right. Next time, going to Midas.
High five. Did not see that coming.
It's time to take a closer look at your tires. Get up to $160 back by mail on a set of 4 Goodyear, Cooper, and other select brands. Tires, brakes, oil, everything.
Here's to the man who truly is the best of us.
Who really has the key to the city? With best-in-class payload and best-in-class cargo capacity and an unsurpassed powertrain warranty, you run the town. The all-new Ram ProMaster. Guts, glory, Ram.
What makes Lay's Kitchen different from the rest? We pride ourselves on bold, authentic flavors with the finest ingredients. Our vegetables are farm-grown and prepared with the passion they deserve. Tangy peppers unite with the sweetness of tomatoes and onions to create our exquisite mesquite barbecue flavor. The satisfying crunch and rich flavors of Lay's kettle-cooked chips. One taste and you're in love.
Dentures are very different to real teeth. They're about 10 times softer and may have surface pores where bacteria can multiply. Polident kills 99.99% of odor-causing bacteria and helps dissolve stains. That's why I recommend Polident.
Cleaner, fresher, brighter every day.
Andrew, Rita, Sandy. Meet Chris, Jackie, Joe. Minor damage or major disaster. When you need us most, we're there. State Farm. We're a force of nature, too.
Good morning, my home. Dallas, you look beautiful. Oh, but hot. Yes, alas, the heat is returning to the plains. I know last week it was kind of crazy because you woke up and you're like, what is going on? Why are these temperatures so cool? Why is the afternoon so cool? But the thing is that the heat is returning in a big way to the southern plains. Dallas right now, you're at 75 degrees, so it's a nice, comfortable morning. But you know, whenever you walk out the door and you have to plan for the rest of your day, it's going to heat up quickly. In fact, Arlington there, where the ballpark is, you've got 79 degrees already. DFW Airport there, Grapevine, South Lake, Colleyville, 76 degrees. Here's what's going on. That high pressure is going to build into the southern plains. So OKC, you're going to be under that ridge of high pressure all the way up into portions of Kansas and into Nebraska, Denver even. You're going to be very hot. So what that high pressure does, it kind of bubbles and it keeps you in a protective dome almost, that ridge. And it means that the jet stream stays far to your north. It keeps the cooler air farther to your north as well, which means that today you're going to be around 100 degrees in North Platte. You'll be 91 in Oklahoma City, Dallas, 92 degrees. In the Panhandle, 95 degrees there. KC, only 87, but look at what happens tomorrow. You start to see that heat spread. You'll be 94 there tomorrow. Oklahoma City, 96. You're up over 100 degrees in North Platte by the time you get to Monday. But by Tuesday, you'll notice places like Dodge City in the triple digits. So the heat is on. It's staying on through the southern plains. Dallas, your average high for this time of year is 96 degrees. So you're really not that far off target. In fact, the next 2 days, you're actually below average. But look at the middle part of this week. This is what you need to look ahead to. Those temperatures are going to be flirting with 100 degrees every afternoon. And you actually haven't had that many 100-degree days so far this year. In fact, you had them, and then you had a 20-degree drop in those temperatures of that last little blast of cooler air. Here's what's going on in Little Rock. 93 degrees is your average high. You're actually not even going to go above that until you get to Wednesday. So the heat is returning, but it's really just bringing you back closer to average. I hope you've been outside and enjoying these below-average temperatures for this time of year, and the fact that it's not quite as sweltering as it could be in Oklahoma City today. 91 for your high. On average, you're about 95. So you'll notice that by Tuesday, you're up flirting with the triple digits once again, and we have a lot of those going on through the southern plains. So that's what we're going to be watching for, is all of that heat throughout the next several days, Keith. It is going to be hot, but it's not anything that you're not used to dealing with. It's just pretty typical for this time of year, right?
Yeah, pretty normal stuff. Thanks, Kate. Well, today is the 45th anniversary of the historic landing on the moon by Apollo 11. Take a live look now at the launch pad of the Kennedy Space Center. This is in Cape Canaveral, Florida, of course. Today, I have 87, some thunderstorms around, which would ground it if it would happen again. This time, this is, again, the 45th anniversary. So we're showing you that. Now we're going to get cute with it. We're going to take you to Moon, Virginia.
I'm just throwing things, Keith.
Moon, Virginia. Yeah, you quiet down over there, kid. What are you doing? Sun and clouds today, 80 degrees. That's a cool town name. I like that.
Yeah, I like it too. Where are you from? Moon?
Yeah, just you. That's it. Just one thing. How about Apollo, Pennsylvania?
Yeah, how about them apples? 70 degrees. See, a few spotty thunderstorms there. I like that one too. I like this space theme that we're on. How about Tranquility?
Does that one feel like a little
New
stretch
Jersey.
to you?
I mean, it just feels like maybe how you feel whenever you're in space.
Yeah.
Like you probably feel pretty calm.
I
You're
think it would freak
looking
me
out
out.
at the
You ever see the
Earth.
movie Gravity?
I did not, because I
Okay.
heard that there were a lot of incorrect things going on in that
really?
movie.
So you're going to
Yeah.
get all nerdy about it?
Well, yeah, that's kind of the point.
I get it.
I think. I want it to be correct.
All right, fair enough.
Well, it's been 3 weeks since Hurricane Arthur lashed the East Coast, but in the Pacific, it's been the opposite. Already several typhoons and tropical storms ahead. Why the Atlantic has been so quiet so far.
Plus, a whale of a treat where passengers on a cruise got a little bit more than they bargained for.
Oh, on this National Ice Cream Day, there's a bit of trivia for you. In what year was the cone introduced? I love this one. Was it A, 1945, B, 1896, or C, 1904? The answer is coming up after your local on the 8th. You have plenty of time right now to go grab a bowl of ice cream. Meet us back here.
Capri Sun, huh? Yep. Now you can see there's no artificial colors or preservatives. My kids think it's cool.
Look at you, the cool mom.
Mom, can I have a Capri Sun?
Sure, honey. Take some to your friends.
Cool.
It's me. Cool mom.
New Clear Bottom. Capri Sun.
Ours is a world of passengers. The red eyes.
I'm really tired.
The transfers.
Well, that's kid number 3.
The co-pilots. All sitting, trusting, waiting for a safe arrival. Introducing the all-new Subaru Legacy, designed to help the driver and you care for the passenger in them. The Subaru Legacy. It's not just a sedan, it's a Subaru.
I'm Creek Stewart, Weather Channel survival expert. Every Sunday night, we're taking 3 regular guys deep into the woods.
Are you serious?
Where we'll teach them not just to survive,
Show make fire.
but how to truly live.
Look at this caveman.
Show yourself what you're made of on Weather Channel Survival Sundays. At 9, it's So You Think You'd Survive. Then at 10, Fat Guys in the Woods. Premiering August 10th on the Weather Channel.
Are you ready?
Off the couch, into the weather.
Currently in our area, 89 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, partly cloudy with isolated thunderstorms possible. High 87. Chance of rain 30%. Tonight, a shower or thunderstorm possible this evening. Clouds lingering overnight. Low 77. Chance of rain 30%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
She keeps you on your toes. You wouldn't have it any other way. But your erectile dysfunction? It could be a question of blood flow. Cialis Tadalafil for daily use helps you be ready anytime the moment's right. You can be more confident in your ability to be ready. And the same Cialis is the only daily ED tablet approved to treat ED and symptoms of BPH, like needing to go frequently or urgently. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions and medicines, and ask if your heart is healthy enough for sex. Do not take Cialis if you take nitrates for chest pain, as it may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Do not drink alcohol in excess. Side effects may include headache, upset stomach, delayed backache, or muscle ache. To avoid long-term injury, get medical help right away for an erection lasting more than 4 hours. If you have any sudden decrease or loss in hearing or vision, or any allergic reactions like rash, hives, swelling of the lips, tongue, or throat, or difficulty breathing or swallowing, stop taking Cialis and get medical help right away. Ask your doctor about experiencing Cialis for daily use and a free 30-tablet trial.
You get used to pet odors in your car. You think it smells fine, but your passengers smell this. Eliminate odors you've gone nose blind to for up to 30 days with the Febreze Car Vent Clip.
Wow, it smells good in here.
So you and your passengers can breathe happy.
Get the latest back-to-school styles they'll wear every day. At VisionWorks, we have the largest selection of kids' frames anywhere. And right now, get 2 complete pairs of glasses for just $99, including free impact-resistant lenses. VisionWorks.
Listen up. I'm reworking the menu. Veggies, you're cool. Mayo, corn dogs, you are so out of here.
The complete balanced nutrition of great tasting Ensure. 24 vitamins and minerals, 9 grams of protein, with 30% less sugars than before. Ensure, your #1 doctor-recommended brand, now introduces Ensure Active.
Alpacker Lincoln invites you to our Summer Invitation event. Enjoy Summer Invitation savings on Lincoln's best-selling models, like a 2014 Lincoln MKX, just $399 a month, or a 2014 Lincoln Navigator, just $599 a month. The Summer Invitation event is going on now at Alpacker Lincoln on Military Trail, home of bottom line windshield pricing. And remember, before you buy, price Packer.
When you're voting for this summer's top 100 shows and movies with Xfinity On Demand, watch to vote for family values on Family Movie Night. This message paid for and approved by Xfinity's Family Hits.
Tell me the whole thing again, I wasn't listening.
Watch to vote with Xfinity On Demand for this summer's top 100 shows and movies. And remember, the only thing to fear is fear itself. And spoilers for shows you haven't seen yet.
Global pandemic.
Policy starts as low as $129 a year. For an agent, call 1-888-RAIN-914. A Weather Channel original series.
This is a dangerous job.
Catching Hell. Sundays at 9 on the Weather Channel.
All right, Keith, what do you think it is? Which year do you think the ice cream cone was introduced? By the way, it is Ice Cream Day.
Okay, and they already rolled it ahead, so I can see what it is.
No!
But, yeah.
You cheater, pumpkin eater.
See? At the St. Louis World Fair. Also, here's a follow-up question for you, Kate. In what year were you denied ice cream on the set of Weather Center Live? When was that?
That would be 2014. That would be this morning. Yeah. It was like Mean Girls, you can't sit with us moment.
You didn't make the cut this time.
I did not make the ice cream cut this morning. All right.
Let's go to Dr. Postel.
Yes, we got to take a look in the tropics.
Yeah, we do, guys. You know, the Pacific is where most of the action is ongoing right now. Let's have a look at the satellite pictures, and I can show you about 750 miles to the southwest of the Mexican coast. We got a little spinner out here, a swirly with some thunderstorms out that way, and it has a 20% chance of developing into a named storm or a tropical depression for that matter as it moves westward over the Pacific Ocean. Not likely to impact anybody. What's going on in Hawaii? We've got a pretty big story now that's breaking as we've got a lot of rainfall ongoing with some pretty big thunderstorms just offshore some of the islands. And let's have a look at the radar. You can see an absolute ton of rain here across parts of the region that's been ongoing for the last at least 12 hours, probably longer than that. The Big Island's missing a lot of it, but Oahu and Honolulu have been getting quite a bit. And you can see the entire island chain is under a flash flood watch. Look at some of the numbers that have come out in the last 12 hours for rainfall amounts. Kahani Stream, 10.3 inches. So this is a ton of rain, really in short order. So there's been flooding, no doubt about that. And one of the things we think we can blame it on is, do you remember Tropical Storm Wally in the Pacific? Well, it weakened and it moved westward. And the remnants of Wally, sort of the low-level swirl and the moisture, moved into Hawaii, all along being met up with this dip in the jet stream. So there's a lot of lift with that jet stream. And when you have a lot of lift, with that kind of moisture, this is what you get. You have that significant flooding that's ongoing right now in parts of Hawaii, and that will be something we'll have to monitor over the next couple of days and see how it progresses. And elsewhere, when we come up to the next tropical update, I'll talk about another typhoon, guys, in the West Pacific. This is number X, really. It's been a whole lot of them in the last couple of weeks. Guys, back to you.
Oh, yes. There have been a lot, Dr. Postel.
Yeah.
Thank you. So it was a surprise sight for a whale watching cruise off of California's coast. Visitors happened upon lunchtime for some of the majestic creatures in Monterey Bay. NBC's Mike Taby has the story.
Everybody's got a camera these days, so here's what they saw. A group of 10 of these giants, barely a quarter mile from the harbor, cavorting near, and some said for, every passenger or casual boater lucky enough to be there.
We saw a bunch of humpback whales. They were everywhere. We could smell the whale's breath.
Close enough to smell their breath for a long stretch, while these humpback whales circled and breached and enjoyed lunch.
Right now, all these whales are feeding on anchovies, just small bait fish about this big.
Small fish that move in huge swarms, sometimes close to shore. Fishermen and boaters call them bait balls that can encompass millions of anchovies. The whales follow the food supply. This is not the first California example of whales behaving unusually this season. Back in May was a couple of gray whales joining swimmers just yards off the beach at Dana Point.
They actually hung out with the people and started swimming next to them. It was insane.
These whale-human encounters close to shore are not unprecedented, but the traditional migratory patterns, from Alaska down to Baja and back, usually keep the whales further out. Not this time, to the delight of children of all ages.
How many whales did you see?
Like, a lot. It was just unbelievable because you can't really capture on film how big they really are.
As big as a bus is the answer, 40 tons for the fully grown adults, stopping by for an unhurried visit among their human admirers. Mike Taibbi, NBC News, Los Angeles.
Well, Keith, it's time.
We're launching a new show called
We
Weather
are.
Geeks, and we thought
we'd put our glasses on for you. These are real glasses, by the way, for both of us.
prescription eyeglasses.
It's called Weather Geeks. So we're really excited about it here at the Weather Channel. We think that it really speaks to the passion that we have for weather, and we hope you're excited about it too.
You are geeky in theory, but you're not convincing in this geeky premise right here.
I really want to be geeky.
Yeah.
Well, here, this ought to convince you.
Currently in our area, 89 degrees under mostly cloudy skies. Today, partly cloudy with isolated thunderstorms possible. High 87. Chance of rain 30%. Tonight, a shower or thunderstorm possible this evening. Clouds lingering overnight. Low 77. Chance of rain 30%. Here's our 7-day outlook.
Today on Weather Geeks.
Oh yeah, there goes. Man, that was exciting.
Chasing. Is it worth it?
That's all right. This shot matters. I know the shot matters. So it's a freaking lie.
The value.
It's headed for the probe.
The need.
Look at that house. Hang on. Look at the house. I know I see the house.
The right.
I hope those people are okay. It took out their whole house.
Are they putting themselves and others at risk?
It's either going to get us or we're going to get a good shot. Whoa. Here we go.
Can we do anything about it?
Oh, wow. This is coming our way, Randy. I know it is.
Hey, welcome to Weather Geeks. I'm expert host Marshall Shepard.
And I'm meteorologist Chris Warren.
Today on Weather Geeks, we are going to talk about the pros and cons of storm chasing. And I'm excited to have legendary meteorologist Dr. Chuck Doswell to help us kind of navigate through some of the issues and challenges surrounding storm chasing. And we're going to also bust some myths out there today as well.
Including this question: could a giant wall save us from tornadoes?
Yes.
We're going to talk about that. Also, we're going to introduce you to our Geek of the Week.
Hey, let's get started and geek out on storm chasing this week on Weather Geeks.
Storm chasing is the topic, and Dr. Shepard, you will be leading this discussion with your guest, Dr.